Okay, we're back. How are you, Grazel?
I'm doing well, Scott. How are you?
Yeah, really, really good, thank you. Now, one of the top questions that people always seem to ask is why is couples therapy so expensive? So, Grazel, why are you so expensive?
Why am I so expensive? Well, couples therapy, therapy in general, sadly, is expensive, right? Especially if you're paying out of pocket. And there's systemic factors that play into that, but I'm gonna answer your question first based on kind of how I set my fees as your couples therapist, is because I think that's really important to know that when a couple is looking for a couples therapist without specialization in couples training can charge the same amount as someone who has advanced education, specialized training in treating couples. Like, for example, for me, I have certification in EFT for couples, individuals, and families. I'm also EFT certified or EFT supervisor and getting a certification. Getting that advanced training is almost like another doctoral degree.
Mm,
It's taken me years and years of writing and reviewing clips of my couples and showing it to pioneers in EFT, right? Versus someone who just says, I work with couples and charge the same amount of fee,
yeah,
but they don't have specialized training. This is why I am expensive, is because I have maybe, I don't know, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years of additional training in treating couples.
yeah,
Um, and you're paying for my expertise in that, and you're paying for my knowledge and making sure that I'm going to get you out of couples therapy with something that you can hold on to for the rest of your relationship as long as you keep practicing it,
yeah,
right? Now, yeah, so
yeah. I mean that is the key thing that not people so often don't realize. You're not paying for a 50-minute session. You're paying for the years and years of experience that this person has to deliver in that 50-minute session. Um, I went to university and studied a music degree, and we were trying to get gigs. People were always trying to drive down the price, and we were told by all our lecturers, "You don't drive down the price because they're not paying for the hour-long set that you're delivering. They're paying for the 20 years you've been learning your instrument." That's what they're paying for. It's the same thing,
yes.
and people just really they need to get that into their heads. Like it's not about the amount of time; it's about the value you bring.
Yeah.
So if you've got that extended training, there's so much more value. Um, So, are there other things apart from the
Yeah,
qualification?
I love how I Yeah, sorry. There's a little bit of a lag, but I don't mean to interrupt you, but I love the way that you're kind of making what I'm explaining a little bit more succinct by saying, yeah, you're not paying for the session time. You're paying for the expertise and the education of the couples therapist that you're seeing. So it's really important for consumers of therapy to know if you really want to get something out of the money that you're paying, might as well see someone with specialized education in treating couples because you know you're going to get your money's worth.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Um, so, apart from that kind of expertise and all the training and all the qualification, are there any other things that might go into the cost of the therapy that your clients might not really think about or be aware about?
Absolutely. I mean, for me, I ask my couples to they have an option if they want me to work on the relationship outside of the session, where if they allow me to record the session, I can look at our session, review it, and spend another hour or two outside of the session, and then come back with more insight about what I was seeing that normally I don't get to see when
Mm,
I'm attending to them in the present moment. So they have that option. So If even if they don't do that, I'm still working and looking at what we went through the week before and reviewing it. So I'm spending about 15-30 minutes before I meet with them again. So to look at where we left off. And then sometimes I'm looking at, if it's a couple that has a different type of relational presentation that's a little bit more um conflicting and um, need more attention, then I'm going to be reading articles, and that can take a while, and consulting with other therapists that I don't charge for. So yeah, there's a lot of other work that we do outside of just being with you in session.
Yeah. And I guess you've got things like the overheads for your office space and all your electricity bills and all that, just standard business expenses as well, that needs to be factored into the price.
And that.
Um, yeah. Um, so how do you approach that conversation with clients when maybe they come to you and they say that we're struggling financially right now? How do you kind of put their minds at rest a little bit and maybe get them a bit more on board?
Yes, I think that's a really important question because as a therapist, it is our duty to make sure that everything that we're doing is to the best interest of the patient, right? So let's just say they're coming to see me and they really want to see me because of my expertise and my extra education in treating couples, and they can't afford my rate. Then I understand that, but if they're not able to afford my rate and the financial expense is going to be an additional stressor to their relationship issues, then I'm going to give them, education about that it's not worth seeing me just to pay for me and then have financial stressors attached to it. So what I usually tell them, look, what I can do is I can take time to find someone that has expertise in what you're looking for, who has a rate that can meet your budget.
Yeah.
That way you can see them on a weekly basis, right? Because there will be some other therapists that I can talk to. Hey, I can ask other therapists, can you lower your rate for this couple and they really need to be seen?
Yeah.
So I can help with that type of case management.
Yeah.
So
And I know you've got a huge network of therapists, particularly in the EFT space, but I guess all over you know a lot of people.
yes, yes, yeah.
So if if a couple comes to you and they just don't have the money at all, what sort of creative ways can they still benefit from therapy, maybe without attending? Are there things they can do themselves? Like how could that work?
Yeah, so for me, the way I work with couples, I tell them, look, my practice and myself, we have a once a week policy, attendance policy. So you need to see us once a week in order for us to attend to your relationship issues because it's there's a lot of work that goes into treating the couple's issues. So having consistent attendance really provides us with a significant amount of time to treat the relationship efficiently.
Mhm.
So if they're not able to do that and they can only attend every other week, then I will send them off to someone that can accommodate that type of cadence, attendance cadence. And
Mhm.
then I will tell them, talk to your therapist and just tell them that in the weeks that you're not seeing them, you can start reading a book that's attached to emotional focus therapy. You can do, any experiential homework with your partner in the weeks that you're not seeing the therapist. You can practice communication skills. You can practice assertiveness skills. You can practice active listening skills. There's a lot of things they can do in between. Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, it makes sense. And I know we spoke about this a little bit before the call, but what would you say to someone when there's in the couple one person saying, "Well, I don't want to go to therapy. You want to go to therapy, so you pay for it," or hey, this was your idea, so you pay for it, even though they're actually onboarding going to therapy. What do you say in that situation?
It's something that's part of the cycle, right? So it's part of how they relate to each other. It shows up in how they pay for couples therapy.
Mm,
So I work with them, ask them very gently, how do you make decisions for each other to attend to your relationship,
mhm,
right? So that question usually tells me what's going on in their dynamic. And what I usually tell them when I find out that one partner is paying for it, because that partner is the one that's pursuing couples therapy rather than the other partner, I tell them that they need to talk about the importance of having it as a shared responsibility
mm,
because it's going to promote togetherness and working together as a team. They don't have to be aligned in the level of readiness to go to therapy, but it is a shared responsibility because it is for the relationship. And then I ask them what they think about that. And there's a lot of other reasons that come up, but for couples who are in that predicament, know that going to couples therapy is for your relationship. It's for the health of your relationship, which means it's a shared responsibility.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't have put it better. So, I mean, I think I know what you're going to say here, but would you say therapy is more of an investment or a cost overall?
Both. I mean, it's an investment and it's costly. So, but it's worth the money. It's worth the money. It'll save you more money than the money that you would spend getting a divorce. So I think it's worth it. It's not only that, like, let's say, okay, you go to couples therapy and then you still end up not being with that partner,
Mm,
right? Whatever you learned in your couples therapy with that partner, you can take in your next relationship.
yeah,
So it really is an investment. Whatever it is that you do for yourself, whether it's in couples therapy or individual therapy, it's an investment in yourself. That learning and that knowledge you take with you, and no one can take that away from you. So absolutely, it's yours and it's
absolutely.
an investment.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a great note to end on. So, thank you so much for your time again, Grazel, and we'll speak again soon.
Okay, bye, Scott.